Hi, my name is Brynn and I was an Apple Blossom candidate in 2018. It's crazy to think that it was that long ago and that I'm already halfway through college. I just wanted to come on here and kind of explain why I ran, what values I find in it, and honestly just how it helped my life and helped me grow as a person. So I actually always knew that I wanted to run for Apple Blossom. Ever since I was a little girl, I remember going to the pageants and seeing all the girls in the pretty dresses and knowing that I wanted to be the girl in the pretty dress. And obviously as I grew up, I learned more about the organization and more about the girls and the influence and impact that Apple Blossom allows you to have at such a young age. And that was something that I knew I wanted to be part of my life. Something that I learned from Apple Blossom was time management. Going into Apple Blossom, I knew that I was terrible at time management. And one of the first things that you learn is that if you are 10 minutes early, you are on time. So that was a readjustment for me and is something that I have worked into my life, is trying to be on time for things and just realizing the importance of other people's time, and really just thinking about the other person. So definitely the 10-minute rule is something that I use today and something that I use in my professional life as well. Something that was stressful for me in Apple Blossom was being first. On the night that you get picked as top 10, you also get placed in what order you will be for pageant. And somehow I drew to be number one. So in every activity, I was first, with all the other girls watching. So that was definitely intimidating, but it was also something that allowed me to then become, I just let it become part of me. And just, it helped me in the future to be able to say that I wanted to go first. You know, I didn't have an issue doing that anymore. I don't have an issue talking up in class and saying my opinion or, you know, being the first to volunteer for something. And I honestly think that on pageant night, it was useful for me to be first because I didn't have time to be backstage and be stressed. I just knew it was go, go, go. Like I was number one, like let's go. And so that was definitely something that I was stressed about, but actually ended up being a blessing. I would say I was most nervous about the one-on-one interview, but that actually ended up being one of my favorite things. The one-on-one interview happens inside a room and it's just you and the judge, and they read your bio, which is something that you write about yourself, your interests, what clubs you do, fun trips or mission trips you've been on. And honestly, I just found it as a way for the judges to get to know me and get to know my personality. And I honestly just found it to be very, very valuable. My favorite moment of Apple Blossom was the nights that we spent at Siobhan's house, with the 10 of us girls, and of course Wendy was there too. And we would just hang out, we would eat food, we would talk about if we were stressed, what our favorite things were, but it honestly just felt like we were 10 new friends hanging out. That was another thing that is such a gain from Apple Blossom is the friendships that you get to develop while you run. Even though I was not chosen to be top 3, I still made so many friendships throughout the time, and just with people that are older than me, people that are my age, it just helped me feel more connected to our valley. Would I do it again? And that was actually the first thing that my mom asked me in the car ride home after pageant when I hadn't been chose as top 3. And she said, would you do it again? And without even hesitation, I said yes. Apple Blossom is an amazing organization that teaches you so many skills that you will be able to use. As a girl who, you know, went through the whole process, sacrificed school time, sacrificed, you know, so many things in order to go through the month of learning, I would 100% would make those sacrifices again to be able to experience Apple Blossom. So just take this as encouragement that if you are on the edge, I 100% recommend that you do it because you will not regret it. Thank you.